Hello. Today's topic, there'll be two of them as usual on Thursdays. I have some food finds that I want to share with you, and at the end of the video I'll share my weekly WW weigh-in. Sometimes that's a tongue twister, and today is definitely a tongue twister day. I first had on my thumbnail and on my title of this video as new food finds. Well, the first one I'm going to show you is not a new food. I mean, it's been around probably since before I was born, but it's packaged differently. And as I've shared with y'all often on this channel, I struggle with portion control. And this is another one of these things that is portioned out, and it keeps me from overeating. If I can find things in smaller portions, like chips in packages or the pretzels that come in the real small packages, that is the best thing for me. It keeps me more disciplined, and that's what this first one is. It's not a new food, but it is packaged differently, and it is Ritz crackers. Now, Ritz crackers, they have been around, like I said, I didn't look it up, but I was born in the 50s, and this was here in the 50s, so I'm thinking that it probably has been here for 70, 80 years. But anyway, normally you get the big sleeve of crackers, or occasionally you can find the ones that are sleeved in about 20 crackers. But here is a package of 6. And that is probably the best thing for me. 6 is a good number. It normally will satisfy my salt craving, or if I'm eating a salad or something that I like to eat some kind of crackers with, 6 is plenty. And for these 6, it is 4 personal points. This is definitely a plus for me to find this where it is packaged as 6 crackers, and that's all I'm going to eat. I won't get 2 of these. One will be plenty for me now. And I did want to share that with you first. Now, the other is a new food find. It is a version of a food that's been around for a while that I've been eating quite often for many years. I mentioned it in my video last week that this bar was how I got in a large portion of the protein that I ate last week. And this is packaged differently and has a different texture. The flavor's the same, but the texture is different. And it is a Quest. Do you like me? I look sort of like Vanna White here, don't I? It's a Quest mini protein bar. Now here I put the chocolate brownie bar that I eat all the time right here so that you can see the difference between the size. But here is an important factor in it. This one has 170 calories and 3 personal points. These two, which this is the cookies and cream version, and this is the chocolate chip cookie dough version, they have 80 calories and only 1 personal point. So if I am low on points for a day, or I realize, hey, I'm going to eat a big supper, then I will, for my afternoon snack, pick these mini protein bars over the big one, because I'll save 2 personal points. Now, this one has 20 grams of protein. These only have 8. So you're getting a lot more protein out of this. But the 2 full-size versions of these, I no longer eat because they have 1 more personal point than the chocolate brownie does. So even though I had always liked the cookies and cream, I was always spending at least 1 more point when I ate it. At one time, I think there were 5 points. I do think there are 4 points now for the full version of this. But these are just one. I'm going to put these down for a second and show you. Now, here is the protein bar where it's not on the cutting board. I want to open this up for you and show you how it is a different consistency from the full-size Quest protein bars, because they're very dense. The chocolate brownie really has it's a little denser than a brownie, but it sort of has that same consistency as a brownie. And these mini bars do not. Obviously, they're a lot smaller, so they're going to have a different kind of consistency. And I should have opened this before I was filming, but I want to always be a little bit more, hey, this is it. And so this is what I did. I got this much of it off. This is the bar. Now you can see it's a lot thinner, but I really like this part about it. This is the chocolate chip cookie dough, and it really is very soft. It has a very good flavor. And I have eaten the normal size of the chocolate chip cookie dough, and I know it's a little more dense than this, but I don't think it's as soft as this one is. And it has a very good flavor, and so it's a no-brainer for me that it would be a good food or a good snack that I can have in the afternoon for only 1 personal point. And you know, I really like the small Built bars. They have 2 personal points, but I have to order them. These I can get at that grocery store I speak to you about ever so often that is 30 minutes away from the house. And I can only find these 2 flavors so far, the chocolate chip cookie dough and the cookies and cream. But that gives me another food to have as a snack, especially if I don't have a lot of points left. So now, that's my food finds for today. One, just a food repackaged, but the second one, to me, is a new food. Now let's get to my weigh-in for this week. As I shared with you last week, I had lost 2.5 pounds. I feel like a big cause of that loss was because I had eaten so much less meat than I normally do when Papa is at home. Well, as I shared with you on my video last week, he was coming home that afternoon that I was filming. He got home. That night, we went out to eat. The next night, we went out to eat. And then a third meal on Sunday after church, we went out to eat. So I went out to eat 3 times over the weekend. So guess what happened? I was eating meat all 3 times. Now, it was chicken, but I was still eating meat. So when I got on the scale Monday morning, I had gained over 2 pounds. I knew. I was not surprised. I was hoping that it would be right at 2 pounds. When it was over 2 pounds, I was a little upset. But, once again, I backed away and said, okay, I've got to get this under control. Well, did I? No, I didn't. And so we ate out another 2 times. You know, I know that is the problem, but it's the truth. So he was leaving this morning, so we ate out last night. I always know that it's not going to be a very good weigh-in when I eat out, especially at a Mexican restaurant like we did last night. So when I got on this scale this morning, my weight had not changed from Monday. I weighed in at 122.6. Now, I'm happy because I'm still under that 123, but I sure don't like to gain 2.5 pounds in 1 week. I know exactly why I did, but I still don't like it. And talking about that, sometimes I think this is not good for my viewers. that I gain some weeks, I lose some weeks. When you're like me and you're on maintenance, that's going to happen. I can't lose weight every week. But I know that the majority of y'all out there are trying to lose weight. So sometimes I think it's not good when I share what my weight gain or weight loss was for the week, because it can get confusing to you that need to lose weight. And I need to focus more on weight loss for your benefits. You know, I am on maintenance and I am trying to stay around the same weight. But I know that you out there, for the most part, are trying to lose weight. So I feel like I do a disservice to my viewers by talking about me gaining and losing weight back and forth. So for the next few weeks, if this is okay, I'm not going to talk about my weigh-ins anymore. I may allude to them, but I'm not ever going to give you the exact amounts that I'm losing or gaining, because I want to be an encouragement to all of you out there. I want you to know that you can lose weight. Yes, I've been able to keep it off. But I think for most of you out there, you're needing to know how to lose weight every week. And so for that being the case, I need to back up and remember the last time I was in weight loss mode, which was last summer. I lost somewhere around 13 pounds the last part of last summer. And so that's what I'm going to get myself back into, that frame of mind for the next few weeks anyway. And I try to always share information, encouragement, and the way that I do it is from my experience. And experience doesn't always mean this week. It can also mean last year. It can mean all the way back to 2017 and 18 when I lost over 20 pounds. Or we can go all the way back to 2014 when I lost the majority of my weight. From January of 2014 to February of 2015, that's when I lost the 90 pounds originally. If you don't mind, let me know down in the comments what you would prefer for me to do. I don't have problems sharing my weigh-ins each week, but I don't think it's always beneficial for the majority of y'all out there. But there's probably some of you out there on maintenance, and you want to know how you stay on maintenance. That is the one part of Weight Watchers that I do believe they drop the ball. I rarely see anything that goes into any kind of detail about maintenance. Now, if you are on maintenance and you see things, please let me know down in the comments. Along with that, I'm going to put a video here at the end that will give you some of that information about how to stay in weight loss mode. I'm not exactly sure which one I'm going to pick. So if you're interested on how I lost weight last year, or maybe even all the way back to 2018, click on this video that'll come up at the end of this video. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, consider subscribing and click that notification bell so you'll get all of my videos. And once again, if you ever know of anyone that could benefit from my videos, please share. Until next time, goodbye.